Hey, what's going on guys? Alex here from Mr. Build It. So quick backstory. Last spring we got our current house and the deck and pergola was extremely out of date. The last owners didn't really take care of it, didn't reseal it, didn't do anything. So over the course of about 15 years, we got the most perfect Douglas fir barnwood to work with. It's about a 2x8 and all the materials. And so let's see if we can create a really cool dining room table. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Now the overall dimensions of the table are 39 inches wide, 80 inches long, and it sits about 30.5 inches tall. The wood we're using is a 2x6, and the thickness is, as your typical 2x6, that would be 1.5 inch in thickness. We're expecting it to be a little bit smaller just because we're gonna run it through the surface planer and the joiner to get rid of some of the warping that we see. All right, so these are 2x6 boards. One of the first things we want to do is cut them to size and then make sure we get somewhat of an even flat surface top area. Now, the big secret here is going to be to make sure that we don't take too much surface area off with our joiner and our planer. That way we keep the cool old weather look on it. So we're going to do bare minimum runs on our joiner, our planer, and on our table saw. So let's get started. One of the issues when it comes to working with a barnwood or a weathered wood of any kind is really the alignment during the glue up, especially because you're not creating absolutely perfect flat boards. You want to keep a lot of that cool distressed look to it. So my go-to all the time is going to be the Festal Domino. What it does, it creates a false mortise in, and then you buy these tenons that you put in, and then they're so tight that you can actually line them up without having the wood move too much. So you kind of get what you pay for. So that's really exciting. So I love working in the garage with the kids. It's cool, we're making memories, but man, it gets frustrating. You know, they're trying to get into things and you're trying to finish the project. So we dropped the kids off at the sitter's house, and so we're gonna go back to the shop and get this table knocked out. All right, so since our tabletop is being glued up right now, we're gonna get started on the legs. The legs are basically random pieces that were cut off from the wood that we had left over. I arranged them in about a fashion where it's about 26 inches across. They're 29 inches deep, plus the extra 1.5 inches, so we'll roughly be about the 30.5 inches in height. Now when it comes to the ends of the table, I don't want exposed wood, especially you can see the grain. It's yellow, it's orange, specifically because it's a redwood, and so it's not really gonna flow with the look of this table, so breadboards are gonna be my go-to. Now breadboards are essentially end caps for the table, and there's a little bit of a technique when it comes to installing breadboards. As you saw in the video, I've put a bunch of tenons that are going all the way through on each board. Now all the tenons are mostly loose tenons. That means they can move a little bit inside of the slot. But the center tenon is a tight tenon. Now the center tenon is what keeps the breadboard on, along with dowels on the ends. This will prevent my boards from moving. You can't pull it off, and at the same time it will give room for the table to expand and contract as it gets hot, cold, humidity changes. Cool weathered look. So I'd start with 220 grit and then kind of give it a little bit of elbow grease to get For the finishing touches on our table, we're going to lay down a couple of layers of clear coat water-based polyurethane. I usually go with Minwax. It's the easiest available for me at my local stores, and I don't have to thin it out. I can just put it right into my airless paint sprayer and then just get after it. Well, that's it for us this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit me with a thumbs up. I like interacting with some comments down below. Make sure you hit subscribe. A video goes out every single Friday, and I don't want you to miss anything. Signing off this week. We'll see you next Friday. See ya.